Hi kids, how are you all? Welcome back. I'm very happy that there is many clarification doubt sessions after the last class. I'm happy that you are all on our track who is following all the academics and worksheets which have been given by us. Thank you for your cooperation and keep doing the same. Okay. Before moving to today's session, we'll have a quick recap of the last session. So here we are discussing about force and pressure. So last class we were discussing about what is force, how to calculate force, what is the SI unit of force and balanced force, unbalanced force. Hope I have given the introduction of contact forces and non-contact force. And you are all clear with this concept, yes or no? Yes, now we are moving to contact force and non-contact force. So what is contact force? The contact force is nothing but a contact between two object or two matter. Okay, non-contact force is what? There is no contact between any objects. Okay, the force between two objects is contacts between two objects is contact force. Where there is no force, no contact between two objects or two matter is non-contact forces. So we'll go with today's topic, contact forces. Okay, contact force we have muscular force and frictional force. Non-contact forces we have gravitational force and electrostatic force. So let's move on to one by one. First we'll discuss about the contact force. Okay, today we are going to deal with muscular force first. So what is muscular force? Muscular force is a force due to action of muscles. Okay, whatever we do, if you do exercise, we are going to push a box or whatever, no, we used to use our muscles, yes or no? So we enable the movement of different body parts. So when the involvement of muscle will takes place, the force is due to the muscular action. Okay, so force is due to the action of muscles is said to be muscular force. I'm just giving you some few examples. Pushing a box, okay, hitting a ball. When you are playing football, what you have to do? You have to hit the ball, right, to the particular direction where you have to put a goal, yes or no? Or you want to pass the ball. Next is playing basketball. Here you are going to jump and with your hind limbs you are going to drop the ball in the basket, yes or no? For this also you need the help of your muscles. Next, lifting your box. You are going to lift some box over you. So that time also you use your muscles for lifting a box. All this example you can able to see through your naked eyes. All this happening outside, yes sir, outside our body. But we have some examples also where the muscular force takes place inside our body. For example, digestion. Yes, you all learnt about digestion. Yes sir, yes. So, digestion you have learnt in your junior classes is a process of getting what? Complex substances into a simple form, where from that end process you get energy. Yes. What happens when you take in food? It goes through the mouth, reaches the esophagus, then from there it reaches the stomach, and then from there it reaches the small intestine, large intestine, and the last is excretion will take place. Here also the movement will be there. So esophagus is a muscular where the food has been taken and passed through all other organs. Okay, so in digestion, muscular force there is a muscular force. And also we have another life process as an example, that is respiration. So during respiration, what happens? There is a muscle called as diaphragm. Okay, below the lungs there will be a muscle called as diaphragm, which helps when we are exhaling and inhaling, no, that time this will helps the lungs. So there forms a space. Vice versa it will happen. When you exhale or inhale, there will be a space. It takes the air, again it will closes. So this muscular movement will help you to exhale and inhale. Clear all of you? So these all will happen inside your body. So muscular force is nothing but the action of the muscles, where total body different parts organs will be involved. Okay, so we have few examples for muscular movement outside the body and inside the body. Hope you are all clear with this. Next comes the friction. What is friction? Frictional force is nothing but the force that opposes the motion, okay, which prevents the motion of any object, okay, or it stops the motion of an object. I am just taking an example of a ball here. Okay, or I am taking an example of a toy car or a bus. I have taken an example of a toy car. Okay, see, this is a surface. I am just making this bus to move. When I push it, I am applying some force over here. But at one point, automatically it will get stopped. Again, we need to push. We don't have any driver here to drive this bus. Yes or no? At some point it gets naturally stopped. Okay, there gets the frictional force. Understood? So frictional force is between the surface. This is, assume it as a surface, and this is an object. So frictional force is between this surface and the object. This is one example, and you can also take an example of a swing. Okay, whenever you go for some park, children's park, you will love to play in swings, right? Your friend or your mom or dad used to push you from the back. They are applying some force at the back. Okay, but once they left also, automatically at one point of time you will come to rest. Yes or no? The movement will get stopped. This is because of the friction comes from the air. Okay, between the surface. Now, and even when you go in a boat, you are going to pedal a boat and you are moving. So when you pedal it in the anti-clockwise direction, it will go in the opposite direction. What will happen once you stop pedaling also, it will move for some way and it gets stopped. How it gets stopped? This is because of the friction occurs there. And have you understood? These are some examples of frictional forces. How friction is a contact force? Ma'am, in muscular force, there is a contact between our muscles and objects. But how friction is a contact force? So, it arises, how this frictional force arises? It arises due to the contact between two surfaces. Okay, I am just taking an example of a ball. See, here is a ball where I am going to put it in a rough surface. Look at this surface is a rough surface. I am just pushing this ball. At one point, naturally it reaches and it will stop at one point. This is because of the roughness of the surface as well as the friction force. So frictional force, as I said, is the contact between the surface and the object. When I am pushing this ball in a slippery surface, what will happen? When in the rough surface, it will stop very soon, but in slippery surface, it will take some time to get stopped, get rest. But it will also get rest. There also friction occurs. So what is that? The friction, because of the contact, there arose a force. That force is called as frictional force. We have another example also. Just all of you rub your hands and see. You can able to feel the heat. Yes or no? This is also because of the friction. And when you walk on a road, okay, when you walk on a road, if it is a rough surface, you can able to walk normally. But if it is very smooth, slippery surface, or some drop of oils were on the floor, what will you do? Can you able to walk on the oil? It is very difficult for us. Or if you slipped on a banana outside, means what will you do? That also will make you to slipper and fell down. Yes or no? So these are all some examples of frictional forces. Understood? So frictional force is that force that opposes the motion. Okay? It stops the movement of an object. It makes the moving object to be at rest. Next comes how to calculate this frictional force. How to calculate this frictional force? Here also. This frictional force, the net force can be calculated by taking a simple example of a ball again. I am just pushing a ball. I am applying a force towards this ball in the opposite direction of me. Okay, I am throwing the ball in the opposite direction. But at one point, it is going to get stopped. Okay, what happens? I am taking applied force as capital F and frictional force as small f. So, how to calculate the net force? Applied force minus frictional force. Understood? Now, the applied force I am giving us 10 Newton, but the frictional force is 6 Newton. So, applied force minus frictional force is 4 Newton here. Now, if the frictional force and the applied forces are equal, the object will be at the rest. Okay, have you all clear? If the applied force and the frictional force are equal, the object gets stopped. The movement of the object gets stopped. But when the applied force is more than the frictional force, what will happen? It will move. There will not, the frictional force will be very less. It cannot stop the ball. The example is slippery surfaces. Okay. But then, if the frictional force is more, the applied force is less, means what will happen? It will go in the backward. That is opposite to the applied force. It goes backward. Are you all clear with the calculation of frictional force? So today we have seen about the contact forces, muscular force and frictional force. So muscular force is the force due to the action of the muscles which enable the movement of different body parts. And frictional force is a force that opposes the motion, stop the motion. Clear? So frictional force is always works opposite to the direction of the motion. And just pushing the ball to the opposite side, the friction will be opposite to the applied force. Are we all clear with this? Hope you are clear with this session. So we'll see the non-contact forces in the next